to the Strictly Free Game Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Wawa, also known as Sean, your realtor, whatever you want to call me, just make sure you call me. 718-840-8094. Make sure you subscribe, like the podcast, all that good stuff. Help us grow, help us get bigger. Yo, B, we in Brooklyn. We in Brooklyn, bro. This is like our second home. We've been in Brooklyn a lot lately.
I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is home
Brooklyn
for me.
is dope, but I'm here with the queen of Brooklyn.
Ah.
I'm gonna call her the queen of Brooklyn. We got the signage all over the place. Harmony Homes Realty. We're here with Miss Petal.
Yes.
I don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm not gonna try to. Introduce yourself to the people.
Absolutely. My name is Petal Van Rossum. I'm the real estate broker of Harmony Homes Realty, real estate broker and CEO. I've been a real estate broker for the past 15 years, and I'm all things real estate, full service real estate company, sales, rentals, commercial, residential, credit repair, buyer consultations, seller consultations, market analysis reports, all of it I do. It's what I do. It's in my blood. I come from a real estate family, so that's who I am.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So we were talking off camera, right? We've been talking for like the last week.
Yes.
We had a little phone conversation.
We did.
Before we got here, then we were talking during the break when B was setting up, and I was like, save it all for the pod.
You sure did tell me that.
So you said you've been in the business for 15 years.
15 years. Over 15 years. I've been a broker for 15 years. I've been in the business 19 years. As a kid, like literally 18, 19 years. My dad, 18, graduated high school. I'm going to Pace University, and my dad opened his brokerage a few years before. And he's like, you got to go get your real estate license. And I'm like, why? I'm going to Pace. I'm going to major in business, and then I'm going to go to law school. What are you talking about? I have a real estate business. You have to get your real estate license.
Nice.
I paid for the course. First summer break, I took the 6-week course, passed the test, got my license.
Nice. Okay.
Right?
So Pops was on it. He knew what was up.
He was on it.
So did you ever go to Pace? Did you ever?
I did. I graduated from Pace.
Okay.
I have my bachelor's in business administration from Pace. Got my license. Didn't go to law school though, because I started getting real estate checks. So I was like, law school, where? But he said, look at this closing check. Look at all these zeros. Yay, me. And I'm young, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm young. I'm living at home, and I'm closing deals. And my dad is putting me on deals, and my dad is taking me with him, right? So I will never not give my dad his due, because he not only told us, he showed us.
He showed you, yeah.
You know, you give somebody a fish, they eat for a day. You teach someone a fish, they eat for life.
Yeah. I like that.
And he lived by that. He lives by that. And he taught us that. So that was my start in real estate.
So, do you remember your first deal?
I do. I remember my first deal. It was Mr. and Mrs. Roach, a Jamaican couple, man. You know, I'm West Indian. We're West Indian. We represent all day, West Indian American. And I sold them a house in the 90s, a multi-family, a 3-family. Another thing my dad always said, we always had people coming in saying, I want to buy a house, single family, me, my wife, and my kids. My dad would always say, invest in a multifamily first. You're going to get rental income.
Yeah.
You're not going to qualify on your own, because, you know, people had certain income restraints at the time.
Yeah.
You're not going to qualify on your own. The rental income will help you. This is game. My dad was teaching people in the 90s.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up, yeah.
So a lot of West Indians in the 90s in Brooklyn, in East Flatbush in Brooklyn, purchased a lot of multifamily. It's Flatbush.
We're in Flatbush.
We're in Flatbush.
We're in the middle of Brooklyn. So
we're in the middle of East Flatbush, Brooklyn. So you may hear some noise. Yeah, I do remember my first deal, multifamily house in the 90s. And it's a 3-family. They lived on the top floor, and they rented the first 2 floors. And over the years, I've rented their apartments a couple of times.
So they're actually still there?
They're still there, Mr. and Mrs. Roach. The husband passed away. The wife is still there. One of the kids live downstairs, and then they rent one of the apartments. She's still there on 92nd Street.
Very nice.
I remember that deal.
Nice.
Yeah, I do.
Nice. All right, so you started, let's backtrack a little bit. So you started in the family business, right?
Yes.
And you decided to leave the nest a little bit.
Yes.
Right? Let's talk about that. One, what made you decide to leave the nest? And yeah, what was the journey? How was that journey?
Oh my gosh, that journey was real. So after I became a broker, so a few years later, became a broker, graduated from Pace, became a broker, and I'm moving around the family business, and I'm venturing more downtown Brooklyn. I'm not just staying in East Flatbush, right? I'm getting Bed-Stuy deals, Fort Greene, Clinton Hill is changing, right? Parts of Bed-Stuy isn't even called Bed-Stuy anymore. It's called Stuyvesant Heights now.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Right? So this is happening in Brooklyn, and I'm meeting different people. So an opportunity came to me to join Corcoran, Fort Greene office on Lafayette. Shout out to Corcoran too. I mean, I learned a lot. And I joined Corcoran. So I did leave the family business. Never really left. Still, holding on. But I branched out. Joined Corcoran. Was selling a lot of co-ops. A lot of co-ops downtown Brooklyn. A lot of co-ops in Clinton Hill co-ops. A lot of younger people, right? So you're not buying a brownstone per se, but you still want to be in this part of town. So I'm selling you co-ops. I'm doing board packages. It's happening.
Nice.
And then I'm also doing brownstone rentals, brownstone sales. Things are moving. My career is picking up pace. And then 08, 09. Right?
All right.
And things aren't appraising, and this shift happens, and it's like, what just happened here? Where's the deals? I just had this in contract. Not only were things not coming into contract, contracts were falling apart. People were backing out of contracts. People were losing money in the stock market. And when you're doing a co-op board package, they're looking at your entire portfolio. So the money that you had in your 401ks and your stock market investments matter. It's not only your liquid cash, right? They're looking at your whole portfolio. So things are falling apart. Board packages are being rejected. It's a decline. So in 2010, I backed away from real estate altogether.
Got completely out of business.
Not completely out of the business. I started to just dabble in it, and I started to pursue other interests. So I had my son, and I went into education.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's a big shift.
Big shift, right? But so I completed my master's in education. So I have my master's in education, teaching, right? And I needed something stable. I needed stability, and I wanted weekends off. I was over it. I was like, I opened house. I was at 4 or 5 open houses on a weekend. It was shifts, right? You're running from open house to the next. People think 9 to 5. You're going. You're driving to the next open house. You're driving to the next showing. And I just kind of felt like I'm putting this in, but it's not coming back anymore. The market has shifted to a place that I didn't understand. So I did that. Went back to real estate. Right? So then I'm still, because business is still calling, I'm still getting referrals, I'm still dealing with my clients, my friends. And then I made the decision to open Harmony Homes. And
what year did you start Harmony Homes?
Harmony Homes started this year.
This year?
2022.
Okay, so you took the big leap in 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Spoke to my dad, spoke to my family, and I was like, this is where I'm led. And I'm a faith-based person. When God says move, you move. And I've moved, and so far Harmony Homes has been doing well.
Nice.
It's consistent, it's stable, it's mine, it's my baby. And I'm here. I'm here with you. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about what's coming and what's to come.
That's dope. So I was going to ask you, so what made you say, all right, I'm going to start Harmony Homes, because a lot of people are doing teams right now, right? What made you say, I'm not going to do the traditional team route and let me just go all in on my own brokerage? Because there's a lot of overhead involved.
Yes.
And it's all on you.
And it's all on me.
The bills all say your name on them.
All the bills. All the bills. Say my name, Sean. Like I said, prayer. I came from family business. There's no other team besides a family business for me, how I was raised, right? How my brother and I came up. This is the team. So there wasn't me going under or going with or adjoining to anything else. And I'm firm in my capabilities. I've sold dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of houses, I've rented dozens and dozens. I've done hundreds of transactions.
Yeah.
So I'm clear in who I am and what I'm capable of and what I bring to my clients, the care I have, the passion I have. So it wasn't about me adjoining to someone else. It really was about me stepping out on my own, building my team, right? Supporting my team, supporting my agents, supporting even my assistant. Like everyone that comes to Harmony Homes and is aligned with it, I'm looking to not just grow for me and my family. I'm looking to grow you and your family.
Nice.
We're guiding, we're building. So yeah, it was never gonna be me adjoining to another team. I come from team, I come from family.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that wasn't an option for me.
All right.
It's all
So
me.
let's talk about the obstacles that you've had with the business, right? Because I'm pretty sure it's not easy,
No.
right?
No.
So let's give a little advice to someone out there that may be thinking of doing the same. Like they're
Yeah.
at a point in their career where maybe the team thing's not their thing, right?
Right.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna step out on faith a little bit.
Yeah.
How would someone start?
Whew. I would think starting, you definitely have to have a mentor.
Okay.
You have to have a mentor. You have to have the guidance. My dad was mine, right?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had my dad. Thankfully, at Corcoran, I had some power brokers that was in that office doing major things.
And it
in
was actually
Brooklyn
putting you in the
Heights.
game.
Putting me in the game. Like, you know what? Come to this open house with me this weekend. You have to be open and you have to be willing to take direction. And you cannot even for 1 second think you know it all, because you don't. You have to be committed to being a lifelong learner. I pride myself on that. Even in education, even with teaching, I was learning from my students, my 3-year-olds and my 4-year-olds. I'm learning something from you, and I'm open to learning from you. So I think joining with a mentor, being open to learning, listening, right?
Less talking, more listening.
Less talking, more listening, accepting critique. I think we live in a society where no one wants to be told anything negative, and how dare you say that to me? I'm so offended. And it's like, no, but you needed to hear that to grow. You needed to hear what that phone conversation you just had sucked. You didn't answer any of the person's questions. I'm still confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm sure your client is confused. So you need to be able to have someone on your team that's gonna not just yes you to death.
I like that.
Right? Because that keeps you real, that keeps you authentic, that keeps you on your toes, and that keeps you being the best at your craft. So I would tell someone, mentor up, be open to listening, don't think you know everything, right? And don't be so sensitive. I think I come from...
We live in a sensitive world now.
We live in a sensitive world, Sean, and I'm not a sensitive girl. I'm a Brooklyn girl, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, and people are offended by tone.
Of course.
People are offended by this and offended by that. So let's be a little bit more thick-skinned. Be understanding, right? Be careful, be caring, be passionate, but also have a thick skin about you, because you're gonna hear no's. I heard a lot of no's. I had a brownstone listing one time, almost signed, and the guy said to me, I'm just gonna bring my mom. I met his mother. He called me back and was like, yeah, no, my mom's gonna bring her realtor in. She's an old friend. She's been doing real estate for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, his mom thought I was too young.
Wow.
What does this young girl know to come sell your brownstone? She's young. What is she doing? She's gonna sell this $2.5 million brownstone? Come on. What is she doing? But I was the most capable.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hear no's. You're gonna hear no's for different reasons.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to. It took me a while. I like that you said that. It took me a while to accept no's, because I used to take it personally. At the beginning, I'm like, what you mean no? Like you said, I'm capable of doing it. I came here. I had my suit on. I was ready to rock.
I dressed up for this.
Yeah.
I came outside snazzy today.
And I'm like, no. All right, but like you said, you have to get used to it.
You have to get used to the no's, because the yeses will come, and the yeses will be even bigger and lead to more. Once you stay persistent, you have the tenacity and your true self. I never show up as anybody but Petal, because I can only be me.
There you go. I like that. Hey, she's dope. I like that.
Thank you.
How are you? So you hear different techniques from different powerhouses like yourself when it comes to prospecting. What is your key to prospecting? Are you a door knocker, cold caller, referral based? How is Petal's business reining in for her?
I'm not a door knocker. We do mailers.
Okay.
We do mailers. For example, we're in one of our listings right now, right? We're on East 31st Street. So we mail to the entire zip code, right? We do mailers every week. A different radius is covered, and we do mailers. It's a lot of referrals. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years. People who know me. People say, who rented your apartment? I have an apartment to rent. You have to call Petal. Oh my gosh, she screens tenants so well. She's great with conversation. Not only just conversation, communication. Landlords want to know. Sellers want to know. And you have to ask people, what do you want to know? Because some people don't need to know every time you open the door.
Yeah.
Right? But some people want to know, oh my God, I didn't hear from her in 2 weeks. She's not showing the place. What's going on with the place? So I ask. I'm really big on saying, do you want to know, or do you just want to know when I have an application? Or do you just want to know when I have an offer? Because I'm working all the time. I could be hitting you up all the time. Or do you want to know when there has been progress made? Because I'm always working on it for you. So referrals, a lot of referrals actually. I got a referral the other day from someone that I attend church with, and I didn't even know until the closing.
Really?
And she's like, do you know who referred me to you? And I was like, who? And she's like, oh, so-and-so from, and I said, really? Why did you tell me this?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
I said, you didn't tell me. Oh my gosh, I have to get her a Starbucks gift card. She's like, yeah, she told me how great you are.
Wow.
And she's like, and you were amazing. I did not know until the closing.
That's how you know. When you're not in the room, people saying good things about you.
And that's important. That's important. And you want to leave people with a good impression of you. You want to leave people knowing that you care. I'm a homeowner, right? And I understand it. I'm a landlord. I understand it. I understand when some tenants are like, oh, but why do they want this and that? Because you're going into their place. Yeah. Right? And as crazy as it may sound, their mortgage may depend on you. Paying your rent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do have to run your credit and your background check. Yeah, I do have to collect and see your income. Are you willing to do this? Because it's a process. Same thing with buying a house. I always tell first-time home buyers when they're like, oh, but I sent that to the bank already. Why did it? I'm like, they're lending you $700,000. If I was lending you $700,000, you got to sign for your firstborn.
Yeah, exactly. I might meet you in the morning for coffee.
Yeah, like, what's up? I'm lending you $700,000 and you don't think you should give me your documentation? You think it's too much to ask? You have to give me your documentation. So I think also educating people on the whys.
Yeah.
Right? Because everyone has their own perspective, but it's like, but why do they need this? Because they're lending you money. Yeah. The loan has to be insured. It's not just this mortgage person that you see, it's everyone else behind it. There's an underwriting system behind it. And I's have to be dotted and T's have to be crossed. So this is what you have to do in order to get your home and have that home ownership dream realized. So education, talking to people, referrals, we do mailings.
You say you're doing a first-time home buyer. You say you're doing like a seminar.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Okay. The seminar is coming up. It's in the plans. It's in the works. That'll come. Stay tuned to social media. We will advertise it. That's it. That's how we get business, keep business, and have the business continuing to flow.
Like that. I like that. How many people do you have with the brokerage right now?
2.
2 agents?
Two agents.
Okay.
And myself, so 3.
Nice.
I'm the broker.
What are you looking for in agents? How are you screening them? So you're screening your applicants, so how are you screening your people coming in? Are you looking for more seasoned agents?
No, my newest agent is not seasoned at all.
Okay.
But she's amazing. She's a powerhouse. She's a business owner.
Nice.
She's a hairstylist.
Okay. Oh, so she has that network?
She has a network. She knows how to run a business. She's punctual. She's patient. Her customer service skills are amazing. So not necessarily seasoned, she's open to learn. She's actually so open to learn. She signs up for classes and I'm like, why did you sign up for that? And she's like, oh, I'm signing up for this master class. And I'm like, I'm your master class. We have meetings every week. Ask me. And she's like, oh, I don't want to bother you. And I'm like, no, bother me. Right? So, not necessarily that you have to be seasoned, but you have to be willing to learn, and you got to be willing to put some skin in the game. Yeah, and it's not. The market right now is different. It's not going to come easy.
we're back to a normal market.
We're back to a normal
back to a normal market.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's different than the newer buyers are used to, right? Or what we've seen in the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's normalized. So we have to educate people on this is normal. And she's willing to do that.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah. And my other agent, she's more seasoned.
Okay.
She worked with me in the past. And when she heard I opened my own,
she came right
she
on.
reached out and she was like, I'll rock with you.
Nice.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate her a lot. So it's my girls, man.
There you go.
It's not just an all-girl team,
There's nothing wrong with that.
But so far, yeah.
Speaking of all-girl team, that's the question I was going to ask you. Now you're a black female broker.
I am.
How has that business been for you now that you're your own brokerage? Like, are you getting more pushback? Because we're in Brooklyn, right? Like, we're in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Well, you seem like a tough. You don't play no games anyway. But just some advice to somebody that's out there, because we're all into this luxury thing, right? Like you see it on TV. How much is this listing that we're in right now?
1.425.
Well, so this is luxury.
This is luxury.
So everyone wants to get into that market. So she, female, female, males, whatever.
Yeah.
That female that's trying to break into that luxury market. What advice are you giving her? Because it could be male dominated, right?
Yes.
How is she getting in? How is she navigating herself through the market? Because you have to learn a lot with this business. Yes. When it comes to these multifamilies, like you have to know what the hell you're talking about.
You have to know your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would tell her. You got to know your game. Let me tell you something. And when I went to Corcoran, I sat next to people with $2.4, $2.8 million listings. I was selling a $265,000 studio co-op in Clinton Hill, right? So it doesn't just come like that. And don't you ever be so audacious to think that it should. You have to earn it. You have to know it. And you have to learn this business from experience, right? So I had to do a couple of board packages. Yeah. I had to do a couple of showings, right? I had to show the $900,000 house, the $700,000 house, and then you get there. To say that it just comes, I think that that's false. Well, it hasn't been my experience.
Well, that's a reality TV show.
That's the reality show. That's what the reels are showing, right? Luxury. All I do is luxury. Did you start there, right? Did you sell a few non-luxury properties?
Yeah, I've been in some non-luxury ones myself.
You've been in some non-luxury ones, right? I still sell non-luxury.
I still sell them too.
I still sell under the $1 million mark as well. But I do still have 1.425, right? And in between. So I think that I would tell someone nothing comes just like that. Nothing good. Nothing good and nothing that lasts. So learn it. Because then when you learn it and you have those deals under your belt, when that opportunity presents itself,
you're ready.
You don't fumble the bag.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about because you did it. And that's where I am. But I paid my dues.
Paid your dues. Yeah.
And I'm paying my dues.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been full-time for what, 3 years now? 2 years, 2.5 years. And I'm still trying to, I had a real estate license for 9 years, so I was kind of doing it, working full-time, doing it part-time.
Get a deal, close it.
Whatever. Like, get 4 or 5 deals a year, I'm good. I'm still making a salary, doing something else. But now I'm all in, right?
Right.
I've been trying to figure out this work-life balance.
You and me both.
All right, I thought you was gonna have the secret sauce.
No, I don't. I have 2 phones. Do you have 2 phones?
I don't have 2 phones.
I have 2 phones, and I tell people, because sometimes I answer from either one, and they'll be like, Petal? I'm like, yeah, this is Petal. I'm like, yeah. But I tell people the other phone doesn't get on the plane with me. The other phone doesn't come in my bedroom.
Okay.
Right? The other phone when I'm with my kids, it doesn't come with us.
How did you get to that point?
I needed it. I mentally needed it. I needed it. I would be at dinner with my husband like this.
Yeah.
And he's talking to me and I'm like, huh? Oh my God, wait, I gotta call this attorney. I gotta go.
Yeah.
It was becoming an angst. It was becoming anxiety filled because I was addicted, right? And I'm looking at the next thing and the next thing. So I got 2 phones. and both numbers are on my card.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll answer people from my personal phone, but most of the business is on the business phone, and I don't travel with it, or if I do, it's off. And I'm okay with that.
You okay with that?
I'm okay with
it. You don't be getting a little, yeah?
The luxury ones have the personal sound. Like, call my personal sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm still working on it. I do not have the secret sauce for you because it's real in our business, right? Everyone thinks that we should be accessible at all times for any type of question they have. Oh, you know, we did the walkthrough. Did you check the light in the bathroom? Because I was wondering, because closing is tomorrow, and you're like, what?
Yeah. I've been there.
So it's hard. It's hard because you want to be present for your family. And we live in a time where it's really easy to go down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
So I think being intentional and setting boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to get there.
You have to get there.
I'm trying.
You have to.
The second phone option, that may be something I should look into.
Yeah, get a second phone.
Yeah.
Get a second phone, and you know when you're done, it's done. It's off. Everything else is until tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Maybe 8.
7:30.
7:15.
But the next day is the option.
The next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I have to do that. I'm not leaning towards it. I'm leaning into that.
Get a second phone.
Yeah.
Get a second business line. Your next cards. Add that number to all your social media channels. And that's what I did. It helped. Not all the way, but it helped a lot.
Yeah, as long as it helped a lot. Like you say, you're present when you need to be, right? Like
I'm
with
present
the family.
when I need to be. I try to be really intentional.
Yeah.
You know, I have young children, so they need their mom, and it matters. But I also tell them, like, mommy has to work. You want my 13-year-old. I was like, you want that
13.
Nike tech suit, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you like those J's?
Yeah, I can imagine at 13, he's keeping you busy.
He's keeping me busy.
Keep you busy and broke.
Yes. He plays football. He plays soccer. He needs new gear. He needs this and that. So my husband and I are very, very busy.
Yeah.
But blessed.
Blessed at the same time. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
You mentioned social media. We have this board behind us. Was you the first person that came prepared with a board? I like this. That must be the teacher in you.
No.
That's the. I think that's the teacher.
That's my board.
Social media.
Yeah.
Now, we are in the day and age where if you're not busy on social media, you're not busy in business.
Right.
How's your social media journey going?
It's going. I'm here with you.
Yes, you
and
are.
I appreciate the opportunity.
No, thank you for
Shout out to you, Sean, the realtor. Social media is picking up. I think, like I said to you before, I come from before this, right? I'm young, but 10 years ago, this didn't matter at all. No. Not even a smidget. Even maybe 5 years ago, it didn't matter as much as it does today. Yeah. Right? It mattered. Everybody was on their phones. You had the Facebook. But it didn't matter as much as it does today. You didn't have to report everything, right? So we're building our social media presence. We have everything. We have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and then how many numbers do you see, Sean?
I see the 2 numbers. I didn't even pay attention to that.
You see 2 numbers, Sean.
Yeah. Okay.
You see that, right? And of course, we have our website. Full real estate website. Everything real estate on the website. It's linked to MLSs, so if you're doing a search, you go straight to the website, right? The scan here goes to the website as well. So yeah, we have our social media channels. I'm building it out. I have a social media liaison that works with me.
Okay.
Yeah, that works with me and helps me and gives suggestions. And every time he says good job, I feel like, he's like, I like what you did yesterday. I like that. I'm like, young people like it. Really young people like it. And my son, you know, he's my big critic too. He's like, how many followers do you have? I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah. They'll let you know in a heartbeat.
He's like, how many followers do you have? How many likes did you get? How many people viewed it? I'm like, how do you do that? Tell me. Show me. So yeah, it's building out.
Good.
Yeah, so hopefully next year this time I have what? What's the goal? 300. What's the goal? 3 million followers? What's the goal?
You'll be there. Yeah.
I'll be there. We'll be there, Sean. We'll be there.
Yeah,
we're getting there. So that's what we're doing.
No, I love it. It's clean. It really looks good.
Thank you.
It really looks good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Thank you.
I think you answered everything I had for you.
Really?
Is there anything that you think I left out that you want to add?
No, I talked about my dad. I gotta pay homage to my father.
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out to my dad. I love him. He's a powerhouse. You think I'm a powerhouse?
Yeah.
You meet Linden Van Rossum. My father is like, he just always taught us, my brother and I, to just help people, help community, have integrity. Everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
Everything else. Like, don't do this. If you're just doing real estate for money, you'll get in, you'll make money, but it won't last.
No, you'll be chasing that check forever.
You'll be chasing the check forever.
Yeah.
You won't be happy. You won't be fulfilled. When I see a working person, a working teacher, a working nurse, a working family get into their home and tell their kids, this is your own room.
Yeah.
After we may have came and we've been living with auntie so-and-so or whatever the situation may have been, the proudness, the pride, you tear up.
Yeah.
And they're hugging you and they're like, oh my God. And you're just like, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. And you're like family to them now.
You're like family to them. When people invite you back to the barbecues, and I'm like, no, I say it all the time. I'm a foodie. I work out. I'm a gym girl. I drink my smoothies. I watch what I eat, but I love food, right? And they invite you back, and they're like, man, I remember you told me you like this chow mein. I remember you told me you like curry chicken, and they're like,
I got it. I got
it for you.
Yeah.
You're like, you remember me? How could I ever forget you?
No, and that's the best feeling. I actually went to a wedding. One of my clients got married recently, and they got married in their yard. They purchased the house, they got married in the yard, and I went to say hi to the bride and groom, and they stopped everyone. It was telling everyone, like, this realty was for him.
Priceless.
Like, yeah, you can't put money on that.
You can't put a check on that.
Nah, you can't at all.
You can't.
And it took me a while, because at the beginning, when I first got in 9 years ago, the broker I was with was all sell, like transaction. Once you finish closing them, keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
But once I started pouring back into people, and I started to see what it really did.
They circle back.
It circled back, and those referrals just comes in, and it's a warmer sell.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you get them, you don't
Absolutely.
have to sell yourself, because they're like, my friend
told me about
everything
you.
about you. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So I think that part of it, caring, and people have to, I think it goes back to education. I think almost everything goes back to education, but educating people.
Yeah.
I always tell people, it's not personal, it's business with a personal touch, right? So when I say, that offer is not gonna go, and my buyer's like, what do you mean, just make the offer? And I'm like, I can't just make the offer.
Yeah.
You can't lowball this. I need you, so I have to educate them as to why, because they just Petal trying to get a bigger check.
Yeah.
My check between your $700 and your $750,000 offer.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Right? But you think it is because that's your perspective. So I have to educate you. But the seller, from your $700 to your $750,000
It's a big
offer,
difference.
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I may need you to get in that 735 area, right? So again, it's that education piece and doing it with care.
Yeah.
And then I'm also telling you, trust me, from the 700 to the 735 isn't even making that much of a big difference in your pocket.
Yeah, once you break that
For
down
your
to them,
mortgage.
once you show them dollar for dollar, they're like, oh, yeah, that's not a big deal. I'm like,
not a big
the
deal.
seller, they have to pay the commission, they pay taxes there, so it makes a bigger difference for the sellers, and the fee is like $15 a month.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
You spend that a week in Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to education and communication. I think clear communication makes for good understanding. So I'm all about, I'll talk somebody, not talk you to death, but I will communicate and do my best to educate and answer questions.
Yeah, that's great.
That's me.
Listen, I think I got everything. Well, you've seen market shift, right? You went through the 08. Now we're seeing the market shift now. What advice would you give to both sides, seller and buyer right now? What are you telling them?
Sellers, be flexible, be open. If you can, I have some sellers that are like, I need to sell, so just whatever they're offering, let's work it out. And I have some sellers that's like, I could sit a little bit, let's wait, let's see what happens. And I'm like, okay, I could sit with you and wait and see what happens, and we'll ride it out.
Yeah.
And we'll see what's your highest and best offer that comes in. Either way, I'm always educating. Buyers, get in there, stop it, because you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to drop. What do you think all the other buyers are doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's it's your time. It's your time to have a seller's concession. It's your time to take advantage of these things that mortgage bankers and mortgage brokers are offering and banks are offering, right? That you were not getting before.
Yeah.
You weren't getting a 2-1 buy. You weren't getting any of these things.
Yeah,
You didn't get anything.
Pre-approval and good luck.
Pre-approval, and it wasn't even trying to hear about your 3.5% or your 10%.
Nah.
You were competing with 20, 25%, 30% down buyers over ask.
Yeah.
That's not happening right now. So why aren't you buying again?
Yeah.
You're gonna still sit?
I want to sit. I want to
You're
sit down and wait
joking.
for the rates to come down.
You're gonna wait for the rates to come down, but you're paying somebody's rent.
There you go.
You're paying somebody's mortgage regardless. So why not pay your own? Why not be building equity in the meantime?
Yeah.
Right? Why not be turning into your own driveway? Because the landlord said you can't park your car here.
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn. It's
Yeah.
real.
And you can't use my backyard
And
for
you
no
can't
parties.
use my backyard for no party. Don't bring no people here. Just come in and live and be quiet. So, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be like, I would like to see some houses, please?
Yeah, take me out now.
Take me out
Yeah.
now. Here's
Yeah.
my pre-approval.
And I said, this is the best time of year to do it anyway.
What?
Yeah. Winter's coming.
Winter's
Nobody's
coming.
outside.
There's nobody outside.
Yeah.
Go look at houses. Get in. Get your pre-approval. Get your finances in order. Do what you need to do. Get into a home.
There you
Get
go.
into a home. So that's my advice to sellers and buyers. And sellers, be flexible. Stop it.
Yeah. You missed the they missed that
Yeah.
right. That's
You
all
missed
right.
it. You're still gonna do well.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be happy at your closing, but stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna finish with this. So I've been finishing the podcast with an interesting question, right? So I say I'm an 80s baby.
Yes.
Hip hop, I'm a hip hop guy.
Me too.
If
I'm a
there's
West
one-
Indian too.
West
I like
Indian?
the reggae.
It
and
can
the
be
soca
reggae,
too.
hip hop, whatever.
Yeah.
If there's one part of that, right, that you could put into a package that mentions, like, if you think about it right now, Patel, this record, this song, this person, this era in life, what would it be?
And a song?
It could be a song, an artist, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Oh my gosh, Sean.
There's one there that just takes you back to something.
I love the great Jay-Z. I'm from Brooklyn.
2 Jay-Z's today. Wow. Jay is winning Brooklyn, man.
Jay's winning. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn girl, right? I grew up in East Flatbush in the 50s, okay? Canarsie, the 50s. I'm a Brooklyn girl, so it's Jay-Z for me and Biggie for me. It's Jay-Z for me. And I think I've been in it long enough that I really do. I always quote, I could sell water to a well, right?
Like that.
I could sell water to a well. So if you rock with me and you allow me and align yourself with me on your real estate transaction and your journey, you're gonna get where you need to be, and you're gonna be happier for doing it.
Dope.
So,
Dope.
Jay-Z.
Jay, you up.
Jay, you
is
up.
Jay is up.
Jay,
That's
come.
two today.
Jay, come to the podcast.
Pull
Pull up, Jay.
Pull up.
Jay.
How can they get in contact with you?
Oh my gosh, right here. Right here. Am I standing up?
You can stand up. You can do your whole van of white right now.
Right here. Oh my God. Right here. Harmony Homes Realty. We have Facebook, Harmony Homes Realty Group, Instagram, Harmony_Home Realty Group, LinkedIn, Harmony Homes Realty Group, TikTok, Harmony.Homes Realty Group, and of course my 2 phone numbers. So, and then HarmonyHomesRealtyNY.com. You can reach me, call me, text me, hit us up, DM us. We're here.
There you go.
Yeah, Harmony Homes Realty. Thank you,
Petal, I
Sean.
appreciate you for being on the podcast. Thank you for welcoming us into your 1.4.
1.425.
My bad.
1.425.
1.425, 3 family.
3 family. Well, it's a legal 2 family. And it has a legal basement.
And has a legal basement.
Yes.
So if you're in the market right now, you know who to hit up. And
Absolutely.
East Flatbush.
East Flatbush, 11226 zip code.
There we go.
132 East 31st Street. We have an open house this Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah. And we do rentals too. We have other sales. Everything's on the website for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, this is phone one. This is a phone one. You got 2 Jay-Z's today.
Jay-Z all the way.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Follow myself, Showing Your Realtor. Follow
Petal Van Rossum, at Harmony_Homes Realty Group on Instagram. Sean will tag me.
Yeah, I'll tag
Make
you.
it easy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it easy for them.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We out.
Yay.
That was fun.
That was fun.